Well, hello there, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to VR Master League Channel 1. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We've got ourselves a drum roll, please. It is a Palidore podcast. Woo! Echo overtime, sort of. We're here. I'm Palidore. That's PAMWOW. Lanzan on the cams. How's it going?
I'm going great and going very excited. We got Team Talos heading up against Team Hydra here. A very interesting, a very new match, especially for this season. We've got so many new teams kind of mixing in with each other, all the new players we've got here, especially in Team Talos, relatively basically all of the players in that team, we have not seen them since, we haven't seen them from the previous seasons. Whereas Hydra, we've got a few familiar faces here, like Goblinity, Shadows, DuckZ, Slamish. So it will be interesting to see all these new combinations, all these new teams heading up against each other in this season. And yeah, as Palidore said, yeah, we're here, we're happy, we're excited, and hopefully soon, no more problems or delays or anything like that. We'll be heading into this game relatively soon.
Yeah, and you know, yeah, gotta get all these players in. All 8 players are in fact. And apologies for the delays, but you know how it goes sometimes around these parts. Again, it just means we get a little bit of Pally podcast. All of the P's, and if you would please join us for this match and just enjoy yourself. OCE, this region was fun last season and for a lot of good reasons. And coming into this third one, I'm excited to see the progress. I'm excited to see the new teams doubling up, going from what 6 teams I believe into I think 11 active currently, give or take a couple. I mean, basically doubling up and kind of seeing now a similar trajectory once again to some of our other regions, you know, proportionally. You love to see that growth, and we even got you know, regions, new regions cropping up with teams. Talk about Echo Japan, who I see visiting here in the Twitch chat. Maybe, and if it's not part of my ignorance, but nonetheless, I know the community is growing, correct. And that is the important thing. Yep,
huge shout out to all the members from Echo Japan and everyone in general from the Oceanic region and the Asian region dropping by in the chat. Really appreciate everyone stopping by. And yeah, we'll be heading into this game relatively soon. Team Talos, have actually played a game earlier within this season, and although it did not work out for them in general terms, in terms of scores, I feel like that no matter a loss or a win, when you're starting off with a new team, it's just important that you just get out there and you get in those games, and then you just keep playing and keep playing them out. So then that's how you start to set up the chemistry with your teammates. That's how you start to kind of cement your teamwork and cement all these potential plays you can make in the future. And it definitely is something to look out for. New teams are always a great threat, which is why when I see players like Tubi in the chat that I haven't had the honor of seeing any games just as of yet, it definitely spikes my interest, and yeah, hopefully would to Palidore too, because that's something interesting that I've actually been thinking of recently, commentating those games, because I do believe that the Asian region actually do have a commentator ready, and forgive me for not being able to say the name, because I tried pronouncing it earlier in Discord, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to do it justice. But they do have a commentator that is very confident and looking for some commentary. I believe, though, it would be interesting in terms of how it would work, the structure would work. So would I say a sentence on something that's happened, like, oh, what a great throw there from Newton Horse, and then would this person then say a line afterwards? It's very interesting, and it would be great to figure out soon if we could. Would be very poggers.
I don't think it's a thing on Twitch anymore as of yesterday, but nonetheless, I do agree.
Talk about it.
With that said, the teams have readied up, it seems, so we're going off to the first round. And with that, once again, welcome to Echo Overtime / Round 1 here of the OCE region VR Master League Channel 2. And I'm excited to get started off this first joust with a first steal from the Bear.
Muskoka. Anyway, he got stolen off of as well, and it will be Goblinity with the disc now, seeking for a potential pass here through to the right off the nest. Does have players inside the bubble going for that backboard shot, very close indeed, and the rebound will be making its way into the hands of Shadow Rainer. Looking to rain down that disc from above, looking for a pass down to the floor. It will be Goblinity yet again. Micro for the shot here. Pass over to the left shoulder. Shadow Raider off the backboard, dinging. Looking to recover that disc, sending it back out. And the stun will actually help him out in the sense of giving them a nice little reset here for Slaymish over to Duxie. And Duxie getting saved from Snicket, snagging that disc right out from the goals there and looking for a clear.
Yeah, right into that thicket named Snicket, but trying to pick it and pop it off the backboard, but couldn't drop it. So Duck is going to take it and see if they can top it. No, instead he stops it, going over to Musco and off into the ramp.
Palidore, you're just too good, mate. Just too good. Can't top it.
You would think I was falling asleep, wasn't falling asleep 5 minutes ago, and yet here we are.
Can't top it, and just like Talos, they can't stop it. Team Hydra with the constant onslaught off the backboard, barely missing there. And Musco Bear trying to throw it anywhere. The trench will do for now, but it will be Shadow Rainer with the Goblinity with the disc, sending it up. And there's a constant onslaught of just shots coming here from Team Hydra. And if there's something that's been proven within the recent games of the Oceanic region, in any game in general, as long as you have that constant pressure, that constant onslaught of shots, you will inevitably find a few points heading your way, which may end up being the situation here for Team Hydra, entering the eighth minute here, the second minute, I should say. But yeah, still yet not a score to be seen on the board.
That could change any second here. Let's see, Snicket sending it over, well, to nobody home, but a couple players are going to be able to eventually make their way there, but not with a lot of time to spare, as Shadow, just losing the handles. Looked like an awkward release perhaps on the grips, and losing that grips there is the Bear Musco himself, sending it over to the left side. It's going to be taken by Slaymish, and right back to Slaymish. It's up high, good catch from Goblinity, and from up top, Shadow Rainer gets it to go, and there's the first couple points. Finally took 2.5 minutes, however.
Yeah, and that will be the opening points heading over to Hydra. A good play there from Shadow Rainer. Now the joust advantage for Team Talos. Taking a look in the chat. It's Pam! It's Pam! It's Pam. And it's Pam. And it's Palidore. It's Palidore. It's everything you'd ever hope for. Musco Bear.
And more.
And more, yeah. And Denzel.
or you'll get your
Lanzan.
refunds. And Lanzan, we're dancing here as Snicket takes it right back and sends it over down to usual Sayo. And yes, Lanzan on the cameras here, just second day, or I guess maybe technically third now, but doing fantastic work. One of our many new casters and cameramen coming into season 3, just like all these new teams for a season 3 from Goblinity.
What a good 3 that was from Goblinity there. For Team Hydra taking the 5-point lead now. And maybe that was the few warm-up points that they needed to get themselves a bit more energized, a bit more fierce in that bubble there. Team Hydra taking a strong lead here in the first 4 minutes of this round. Team Talos now have the joust advantage yet again, looking for a response. It will be usual Sayo. Might go for the usual player here, sending it to the left. Not going to make its way to its teammate in a nick of time. He actually will be Hydra finding that disc in the end, and a brilliant save there. Brilliant save there coming from Snicket. Snagging it from the goals yet again.
Excuse me and pardon me if I was wrong. Was that an attempted cam jam that I just saw for the second time in the last few hours? Will be a shot going in. Actually, look at that from Musco, musking it in. What does that mean? Who knows? But man, bearing down for sure.
Yeah, you know what, Palidore? I'm not sure what that was. If it was an attempted cam jam, I don't know what I'm seeing here. But what I do know what I'm seeing here is that Talos definitely giving Team Hydra a run for their money here with those 3 points. And now Hydra with the joust advantage for the first time in this round, trying to get a response here. Shadow Rainer with the disc does have the teammates set up there in the midsection. And definitely a good layout here that they've created themselves here. It's like a straight line down the middle and just being able to adapt to any situation here. Shadow, brilliant pass there down below, barely missing his teammate there. Will be Duxie with the recovery, looking for the slam that's still there. Snicket, beautiful save there. Snicket's done very well in the goals this game.
Definitely has some great defense being shown. Ducks up high, calling for the disc, hand outreach, trying to reach for the goal off the backboard. Maybe reach for the rebound instead. Ducks and duck he did and stuck the goal at 7-3.
Duxie 30. Getting down and dirty behind the goals there. 7 points to 3. It's fine by me. 4 minutes 25 on the clock. Team Talos with yet another joust advantage. And they've shown it before. They can definitely score some more. 3 points will do it to get themselves back into this round here. I mean, definitely still are in it to win it. 4 minutes 12 on the clock, more than enough time. 3 points, 2 points, any amount of points will help them out here. Team Talos looking for the response. He will be Shadow Rainer with the interception. They're sending it over to Duxie to Goblinity. Goblinity might just send it in here. Good reset there to Slamish. Looking to organize themselves here for a second. Team Hydra might go for that play in the bubble. It will be Goblinity in the disc. Oh, beautiful play there from Team Hydra. And Goblinity, great angle there.
Absolutely, the goalie diving out, but still finding the way into the goal just in time. And 9-3 on that note, but holding their own are the sides here of Talos, and gotta give the props for sure. Holding their own compared to, some returning faces here over on the side of Hydra. Yeah, the competition, though, is still very high. And over to the other side, that's a little bit off, but still a rebound, maybe, but no, grab by Goblinity, so missed opportunity, but 3:14 left, 3 points on the board for them, and couldn't get some more because a great grab from Dux, trying to stick it through that mid lane, but gets a bit stuck at the trap before Shadow Rainer retains.
And they do have Snicket firmly in that goal position here, and although that can help them in a lot of situations, which it has proven to do so, you are limiting yourself to 3 players within when you're going for those aggressive plays there, and shutting down any clears and just bringing it back to your team is something that you might limit yourself to when you have one player constantly in that goal keeping area. As I say this, it will be Hydra looking to test that goalkeeper yet again. But a bit of an awkward few bounces here, getting some pressure here, being able to send it there just in time. Slamish to Duxie. Duxie might go for the pass down to Goblin, and we've seen this play quite a few times. Brilliant pass there from Goblin to Slamish.
And Slay, he did, and does not miss Slamish. 11-3, 2 minutes, 13 seconds remaining. Starting to pump it up and trying to pump up the brakes, if nothing else, on this run, the scoring run from Hydra here. Talos back in the joust advantage, needing to make something happen, and happen quite quickly.
there's something that I can always look forward to in these games. It's just these passes in the bubbles always give shivers down my spine, Palidore. Like every time when we've seen these plays in the bubble, just from last season, I feel like we didn't see as many passes in the bubble just because maybe these teams were relatively new to each other. The chemistry wasn't entirely set in just as it is as of now, but now within this new season, you can already see the improvement has definitely taken its toll here. All the passes in the bubble are definitely proving their worth here, as we can see Shadow Rainer with a beautiful steal there now, seeking a pass towards the left off the rip. It will be Slamish who might go for a shot here. Cross over to the right. Beautiful shot. Not going to make it entirely, but the rebound will. Goblinity now going for that overhand and finding those 2 points.
Well, going back to what you said, Pam, I'm going to enunciate this very, very well for the stream, so there's no mistake. I am a pass man. I love it. Okay, the passes in Echo Arena. Nothing brings me greater joy than to see a well-executed cross-pass play, touch passes. I mean, all of the passes can't get it past me. They are just the bee's knees.
And speaking of passes, quite a few awkward ones there, and a bit of tennis action going on here, back and forth from both the teams here, but it will be Newton Horse sending it over to Musco. And Musco must go left because he did have some pressure on him in front of him, and that will be an attempted dusty there from Newton Horse. Lost position, however, from a stun slap there from Team Hydra, being able to recover that disc there for a few seconds. But with 17 seconds left on the clock, Team Hydra looking to seal in this first round with a solid hold of the disc there from Goblin.
And holding on to it now, 9 seconds left. Maybe a chance for one more score. Let's see. Off the ceiling, couldn't find it. So instead, dropping to the bottom just below the boot and maybe trying to kick it up with said boots. And maybe, nope, tried to shoot, couldn't get it though. Snicket, one more pickoff right below the goal. 13 points, 2-3. So just a 10-point win. Solid, but still, impressive stand against this returning sophomore team, essentially, in Hydra in terms of the players here. Like what I saw.
Yeah. And Snicket, who would pick it? 4 saves to his name. And Hydra have done extremely well in terms of attacking, defending in general. But those passes in the bubble, every time, you said it earlier, passes are just great to see in every game. Just the coordinated. The thing is with passing, right? It's that when it's in the bubble, not even the audience can tell what's going to happen, because the point of those passes is that to throw off your enemy and to give yourself an availability to have a great shot. And the thing is, it's pretty much like no one can tell what's going to happen with these passes, because every team has their own variation. Every team has their own adaptation of how they want to get that disc into those goals. So it's always a blast to see. It's always a blast to see how all these teams have created their own specific play styles and how they're going to get that disc into those goals there. So seeing those passes coming from Hydra, always great to see. And something that I've noticed here from this team is they have a habit of sending it down towards Goblinity, who's usually in the bottom section there, and he will either go for that shot or he will set it up towards his team there, who will make their way inside that bubble. So will they go for anything different this round? Let's take a look.
That's the question, and apologies, I think we may have gotten stuck with the old stats last round. So with that, I'll give you a quick look, maybe after this score, instead being sent to the mid lane. But Goblinity, lead scorer, that is to say here for Hydra, with 7 points, and then 2 apiece for Shadow, Ducks, and Slamish. 3 points for Musco Bear over on the other side. Whatever, Bear. It's gonna go, gonna go back into the tunnel. Tunnel Bear? I don't know, but over here trying to link it through and pick it off. It's Slamish.
And now Slamish, a good reset there over towards Shadow Rainer. And I'm noticing quite a few resets coming in from Hydra, which is definitely working for themselves here, as we see Slamish yet again sending it over towards Doug Z off the looking for a... was that a pass or was that a shot? Either way,
wow,
the goal got, and that was Shadow Rainer putting in 2.
I'm not certain, but I want to say that was on purpose, because Ducks, I mean, that is a valid angle to bounce it that way. The thing is, Ducks didn't leave the anchor. It wasn't as if that wasn't intentional. You know, he watched it come to him, wasn't nervous even after the miss. So I would almost say that was probably intentional, as Newton Horse now taking it over here on the orange side of the floor as usual. Seo gets it.
Great pass. I haven't seen many of those passes in a while. Goblinity now with the disc, looking on this 1-on-2 situation and putting it in on the last second there. And that's something different that we've seen in comparison to the first round. Usually Goblinity might either go for a reset towards the nest section or to any players moving into that bubble. But Goblinity just saying, you know what, I'm gonna just put this in real quick and sending it towards the lower section of the goals there. Unexpected, which is great to see. 4-point lead now for Team Hydra.
You know what else is great to see? Punda PC again, Camjam G, Van Z, a lot of ease as, well, much like Hydra, finding some of these shots with ease, at least in the first round. But thank you guys for joining, as well as the follows from Blast Xbox a few minutes ago. Disrupt again, and now trying to disrupt them. Goblinity finds their 6th point here in round 2.
And doing very well to follow up on that disc that was just astray for a few seconds in that bubble there. And something that I've noticed in the chat here, Punza saying any missed shot is a pass. And you know what? I'll agree with that. In my case, any missed shot is because of the sun that got in my eye, even though I'm wearing the headset on. But the regrab's coming in there, barely missing the goals there. The rebound making its way to Snicket, throwing it towards a quick... Sorry, I didn't want to cut off your pun. Finish it, pun.
Nothing. Hold on as Shadow Rainer gets to go. I was just gonna say, I'm thinking maybe the sun got on his eye on that missed opportunity, but you know, the recovery is what matters. I say this a lot. I said this in the streams just a couple hours ago. It's not mistakes happen to every single team. There's no such thing as perfect execution for a full 30-minute match, 20 to 30 minutes. It just doesn't happen. It's how you recover, you know, miss pass, miss shot, whatever the case is. It's how you bounce back, how you stack back, and that's what makes up the points.
And a lot of it's about adaptation, just like you're saying now, adapting to how other teams play and trying to think of something on the spot with your teammates.
Hey, look, another pass.
Yeah, look, another pass here. Duck Z with the disc getting stolen off of Musco Bed, doing very well to steal that disc right back and send it towards the right tunnel. Will be picked up by Usual, getting stunned out. A nice slap there will help his team out. The regrabs are there from Team Hydra, and great regrabs there are, but the offensive regrabs coming there from Talos. A brilliant slap there, making its way into the possession of Talos, I believe. Has some pressure on him. Communication might not have been quite there, as Goblinity found an easy stun and an easy, not necessarily easy. He found a decent clear through that right tunnel, getting picked up there for Talos, looking for that trench play, getting stunned out. Newton Horse, and he will be Duck Z, barely reaching that disc and finding a slap.
I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed here with the mobility now being shown. Controlling it on this side of the floor for a while, but now out of control thanks to the stun. So it's going to be a scrum for it. Actually, no. It looks like gave up on the play, just to set up on the defense instead for the side of Talos, just deciding to, you know, get back into position, maybe contest some of these lanes. That said, the stack, the chain, is going to send that off the wall and trying to meet it halfway. The goalie leaving, and no, not getting the 3 to go, but just maybe off of that, slung out there by Snicket.
And something that I actually noticed there, Snicket actually abandoned his post, which was a bit different to what we saw in the first round. Duck Z doesn't care about the goalie. He's sending it in for 3 and taking the 11-point lead. Team Hydra. Great shot there.
Looks like maybe had a hand on the goal, but still not at the advantage of that goalkeeper again. So always unfortunate, but up to 11 points halfway through this round, Pam.
Yeah, something I just wanted to note here in that previous play coming from Talos in that aggressive stance that they took. Actually, we saw Snicket leaving that kind of that bubble section there, as we can see. That is kind of the common thing that we've seen within this game. Does like to play on a bit of the defensive side, but as soon as he did leave that post and went to that double diamond section, we did see a bit of a struggle of Team Hydra trying to clear that disc out, and definitely did make it difficult for them. So that might be something that, I don't know, they might want to look into in the future. But you know what? Snicket's done very well in the bubble as it is. So, you know what? Maybe not listen to me. Who knows? Slamish now with the disc. Might send it over to the nest. Does have some teammates there. Will be on the right shot of Duck Z. Looking for that shot. Getting intercepted at first. The rebound is there. Will be Goblinity with the disc. Might take a stun. Getting stunned out there, unfortunately. And Usual Sayo gets the last say and sending it through that midsection.
Yeah, punching him out here, trying to contest, going a little bit Super Saiyo, but will be taken actually right back by him. So let's see. Is it gonna be the power level? Not quite on 9,000, but maybe they can drop it from up high. Instead, no, it's to the bottom of that trench now, going towards it, but taken back by Shadow. And in the blink of an eye, it's just gonna be right back to the Hydra team.
They were looking to send a message through that letterbox there. Snicket now recovering that disc and doing well to send it back to his teammate there, Newton Horse. Looking for a pass there, not gonna quite make its destination in time, but usual Sayo doing very well to recover it. Not so well on the clear, making its way into the hands of Hydra. Hydra with the one-on-one situation. Slamish micro for the pass here, which is what we've seen here from Team Hydra, doing very well with their passes in the bubble, and Shadow Rainer sinking it in there.
Yeah, definitely a rainstorm, hence the sink, but throwing everything and the kitchen sink into it. It will be 13 strong, so once again, as this round does wind down, I feel like Pam, despite the fact that it's looking like will be the 2-rounder just going to Hydra unless something dramatic happens soon. I still gotta say, I feel the differential is a bit misleading. This is another one of those cases where I feel like over the course of Season 3, much like Season 2, we're gonna see these teams, and Talos especially, be making some big strides before all too long.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Talos are definitely showing how they definitely... They have a spark, and what you said before, as soon as the spark, bad timing, but Goblinity finding those 2 points there. What I was gonna say was that as soon as we talked about this a lot in the last season, it actually has proven to be true, is even within this season now, looking at Team Hydra, these passes in the bubble are insane, and you wouldn't have believed that these plays would have happened when you saw these same players from the last season. So it definitely goes to show how players can improve. And even looking at Team Talos here, like, then although the scoreboard shows something different, just like Palidore was saying, the great rebound there from Shadow Rainer. I'm trying to talk about Talos. Yeah, and Hydra just kind of consistently cutting me off. I might have inflicted a bit of a cuss's curse here on Team Talos, but maybe Palidore should stop me. I don't know.
Just maybe a little bit of a caster's curse, as is the consistent thing, it seems, around these parts at times when we get too much into the definitive statements. See, it's why we got to keep it obscure, I guess. But
yeah.
No, absolutely. I think your point is definitely reigning true here, despite the fact that, you know, the score is maybe about to increase. Let's see. The take got a little bit too easy breezy, and you know what?
Oh no.
The defender saying, "Don't tease me, else you're gonna be eating defeat," as they hand it off to Usual. And it won't be unusual to see a passing play unfold here off of that, but headbutted out up to the top and right past the fingertips. So that's gonna slip right by the defender. They're reaching out now for the grabs. Slamish, less than a minute left, and that is out of here. But once more, that stand from the side of Talos. It was strong, just not quite strong enough to the 17-point barrage, maybe 20 from Hydra in a second, but missing.
Team Talos definitely did take a Team Talos definitely did take a small victory of their own there after that. Just get that out of my bubble here with that type of action that was coming from Team Hydra. But
a bit of sneeze,
just a little bit. We ain't gonna emphasize it at all or anything. But Team Hydra doing very well in the second round as well, getting a bit more comfortable, maybe a bit too comfortable at some points, but finding that mercy win in the second round, taking away the game. Team Hydra from Team Talos, and what a great game it was.
Yeah, I will say so. Definitely gotta praise Hydra, or hail Hydra, I suppose. Great job on their part. Meanwhile, though, to Talos, I know this ain't Oblivion, but praise Talos, okay? Because they still played very, very well. And I'm looking forward to seeing these teams and how they once again continue, because OCE, they were so very promising last season. So many teams came up and impressed, where you saw in just a couple short months, okay? In a couple short months, you saw just a night and day difference, really, even after the first few weeks. And, you know, I think promising times ahead, for sure, for Talos, but Hydra, you know, they've got their eyes on a whole different kind of prize, and that is to say, you know, they're competing, you know, to reign supreme in this side of the ocean. And I'm glad to be here casting it with you.
I'm glad all the same, and thankful for Lanzan with the camera work, grateful for Palidore with the casting work. Everyone in the chat saying, hey, Shouldn't you be asleep right now, Palidore? Do you ever go to sleep? You know what? I ask myself that question every time he hops in this casting bench as well. You know what, Palidore? Do you have some type of like battery insertion like in the back of your head? What's going on?
Like that. It's just a little thing called love with a little thing called craziness, and I think they're one and the same thing depending on, you know, how you look at it. But I don't know. I love casting. And I love watching these teams, and I love casting with Pam at that. Again, Lanzan on the cams.
PAMWOW's great. Who wouldn't want to cast with PAMWOW?
Well, he's getting a bit of an ego lately, but nonetheless, he's pretty good.
Yeah, all good.
No, it's great, and we'll actually back at you, chat. I mean, talking about Vanzi and co, would casted them earlier. Project Mayhem and whatnot. Well, why aren't you asleep? You guys played hard. Huh?
Anyway, but thanks again for everyone in the chat stopping by. Really appreciate it. And a huge shout out to Team Talos and Team Hydra performing very well in this game. And yeah, again, thanks for Lanzan on the cams, Pally on the cast.
And quick thank you to Wings Create, who just followed a minute ago, and Disrupt, as well as Kopesh and Newton Horse. All these guys coming on and following on the streams, getting some nice numbers again all week long. I mean, whether it's 5 viewers or 100 or 5 followers or 1,000, it doesn't really matter, you know, in the sense that every person matters a whole lot. And I will say this has been one of the most active weeks, period, I think, in VRML in terms of viewership and casting production. And not just from me, but from everyone involved. So that is a statement in itself to the direction this is all going. So thank you, guys. And Cam Jam, I got you, man. Got the thesaurus all up in the head. Not going extinct, but I will be snoring real soon. Yeah. Well... We'll see. The thing is, you guys get me and Pam in the cast, but then on the other hand, and don't tell them I said this, but you know, then EU pokes me and they say, Pally, why aren't you casting our games? Well, it's because I'm not casting OCE and because I'm a night owl, and you know, it's just
priorities, man. PAMWOW and the boys from OCE. Doesn't get better than that.
I love casting EU, but it's just you guys are much more conducive to not only the Echo Overtime cast, but the circadian rhythm. You know, that's all. So I like casting here.
Also, make sure you guys stay for the end credit scene of the stream, because you'll definitely notice a manly voice speaking over the sponsors and everything in general afterwards. It's always great to hear. So chuck that a listen, and also there's some great beats there playing. I'm having a mental blank now. I forgot who provided from
Link One Music, one of the long-time community members and players here in the league, and yeah, definitely a huge talent for sure. Okay, well, with that, Pam, I think it's time. That may or may not be a hint. Lanzan, this is your cue.
Lanzan.
This may or may not work.
Echo. Rhymes with Rover.
Rover time.
Yes, please.
So hi. I don't know what the last thing you guys heard was. It might have been when I was praising Lanzan. So that was HyperX apparently, and I'm not even gonna try and go for the overtime.
No, go for it, please. But I'll cue you in. Okay, ready? We're all gonna do this. We're gonna have some. Right. We're gonna have a fun time. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
This has been Echo Overtime.
Great to see you all here, mate. See you later. Thanks for joining the stream.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.